I am a life scientist. I am a senior scientist from French Center of Research. And now I have been a cognitive scientist for a long time and also sort of ecology. And now for 20 years, I am what they called transdisciplinaire expert. So I have been deputy director for a consortium, climate, environment, society. So the aim is to put everybody to work together. And that is a very complicated story because we have different methodology. Climatologist is modeling, observations. Biologists, life scientists, environment, we have observation, of course, modeling, of course, but also experimentation. And social science, they have totally different tools that we don't have in the life and climate sciences. So there is the need to have way of making people listening at what are telling the others and don't thinking that everybody has to make modeling or experimentation, etc., etc. And so then it needs to have a comprehension, but also a lot of respect. Respect is really the most important. And we have also the way of publication that are different for evaluation. So it's a complex mode of working, but with some sort of tools, and we are able to do that. And we are also working with the authorities, with civil society, and this is transdisciplinarity at this time. And we want to have science as a tool. Science for action. It's our aim at the end, to work all the stakeholders together. And this is the aim of UCCRL. At the beginning, when climatologists have understood that there was something changing with the climate, that it was beginning more and more hot, and that was because of the human action, and it could be very dangerous, etc., etc. They were thinking it was enough to tell to people, to politicians, etc., that it's hotter and we have to do something. You have seen that nothing happened for 30 years, and now it's because there are extreme events, etc., that people began to understand that there is a huge problem, and it's going very, very, very fast. So what was missing in this way of speaking of climate change and also of biodiversity loss, etc., is that we have our own mental representations that depends on what is my problem today. If I have to look for money, climate is not my first concern in the morning when I am going to work. And there are this sort of the culture, the relation with the nature, the fact that you don't believe that we are able to change the climate. We are not a volcano, we are not... So this is the personal mental representation, and also they are the collective representation. So it depends on what country you are living. You are in states, you have seen that the people just don't care because there is the way of life of American that has not to be changed. So if we want to collectively face what is going on, we have to understand how we are, the images we have in our brain. Low-tech cities are also smart cities, but they are not using all the new technology, internet, etc., that makes cities very, very, very vulnerable. So low-tech is a combination of simple and complex technology, and it is the fair and sufficient use of the technologies. Thus, for example, for buildings, we know that we need to have land use different. It's not possible that now all the buildings are taking the place of the fields of everything. So, for example, for building, why are when you are destroying a building, you can reuse the material instead of sending it outside and making more pollution, etc. You can repair. You can also use biosourced materials for making the walls, etc. So we are able to do that with soil, etc. We don't need to have always metal, glasses, etc. So it's this, and you can have also in your place this sort of biosourced materials. And this is so a question of space, but also of time. So a building is empty, an office is empty 2/3 of a day. So why are you not using these buildings after the work to do other things? And it is that the foundation of low-tech is, and to make the less vulnerable mode of living.